ladies and gentlemen, your judge sport is bound Jojo Torres, Garrett Kitanosuke, and Mike Hale.
And what I love about this is that, you know, CrossFit itself is supporting this match. They want to show the world that you know, CrossFit translates into every other sport in this world, not just, you know, powerlifting or anything like that. It's all athletes should be doing this. Yeah, absolutely.
And his opponent fighting at off the red corner.
And I myself have done CrossFit workouts to get ready for my fights myself, so I've been there before. I know these guys are absolute animals.
And when the action begins, your referee, Chaz Janelle.
That's what I was speaking about. Heppner. I was talking to him in the hotel, and I was saying how is he fan. Obviously, the fit. He can do all the powerlifting. He do all events, but actually mixing it with boxing and punching and hitting and different type of breathing, different type of controlling.
Yeah.
But he said he enjoyed it. He's saying he's trained for 6 months to do this.
Yes, exactly. I've watched some of his training sessions, and it's basically what he's doing is what you're saying is he's on the bag, and then he moves on to his CrossFit workout stuff, and puts it in between, and you know what I mean, just builds up his conditioning through that, you know. And he looks really, really good. I obviously haven't seen any of his sparring or anything like that because he hasn't posted anything like that. But on the pads and on the bag and everything looks nice and solid, crisp. Things you can turn over from both of them, actually. So really excited about this. Here we go, round one. Now these guys are wearing 16-ounce gloves. The typical, you know, weight of the gloves is about 10 ounces, right?
10 ounces. I think. Over 11 stone, it goes to 10, and under it's 8 ounce. So, but these obviously CrossFitters, the first time they're competing.
Yeah, absolutely.
16 ounces gloves is, you know, this is the safety.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
It's good to see how the fitness and see how they last each round, next round going on.
For me, it's the adrenaline dump, because I asked these guys at the press conference, have you guys ever felt the adrenaline dump? And they're like, what is it? I had to explain to them what adrenaline dump is, so I'm kind of curious if they go through it or not in this when they've walked up.
It's so good. It's so easy of being the fittest that this sport are doing. As I was saying before, it's under the lights,
True.
the crowd,
of course,
the pressure, the nerves, how they control the nerves, and 20 seconds they can be blown.
True.
Because everything comes on top of them.
And there's also, you know, if you look at their build, right, the amount of muscle they have, there's so much oxygen that needs to go through these muscles to, you know, to stay.
Looks like Heppner now.
Felt a little bit of that.
He's see, like I said before, the attack and stay there too long and blow themselves. Now you can see him now blowing. He's puffing out of his mouth, and we're only 2 minutes.
And you can tell too that he's a little tight too. You can see his shoulders all muscular and tight, whereas he's not loose.
Relaxed,
you know, he's not relaxed yet. Yeah.
He's tensing up, so it's going to take more of him. So that's the thing of controlling of.
Nice.
Now we see he made it hurt him, so we'll attack more. Then he'll be blowing. So it'll be interesting to see.
I just took a deep breath too, and very deep breath.
Yeah, and like to speak to them after and say, how did you find it?
It
was so easy training. I can do this,
of
that,
course,
but actually getting in there, well, hats off to them for
getting
in and doing it.
And you can definitely tell that Josh is a lot looser. You know what I mean? Everything's moving. He's more relaxed. You can see the shoulders kind of going up and down. Whereas with Jacob, everything's really tight and stiff. You know what I mean? Big difference.
And he's blowing a bit now.
Yeah, he's blowing up a little bit. You can see him taking some deep breaths too. It's kind of rushing things in and out. Yeah, everything's tight. There is 7 years difference in this fight as well. There's 8 kilograms of difference. There's also a 5 centimeter reach advantage that Jacob has. But, you know, at the end of the day, I
think it'll go down to
cardio.
Survival, the fittest of these two.
Yeah. Who can breathe longer? Who can get their breath back quicker?
He's asking for the zinc straight away.
Yeah.
he doesn't seem to be panting as much.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah, very loose.
HEPPNER was like, give me a zinc, and his coach is throwing a zinc. We're only 1 round in,
Yeah,
5 to go.
Yeah.
See the bit of rushing in there.
Yeah.
This comes with experience, and
Oh, for sure. I mean, I wasn't expecting this to be, a perfect example of, straight punches and all that stuff. But
yeah, but they seem to know the stance.
No,
they're
absolutely.
Holding.
Yeah.
As you said before, Josh is relaxed, so his hands are down. Not down, but you can see his shoulders are relaxed, and he's letting the shots flow.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on to round 2. Josh Bridges in the white, red, and blue against Jacob HEPPNER in the black and white. What I like when I'm seeing is I like to see the angles, which we see a little bit of the angles coming through.
Yeah, he's rolling.
He's rolling, yeah.
Coming up with his shots, Bridges, so something like that looks like something that he's been working on. He's a big
yeah. It's still stiff. You can see the shoulders are very, very still stiff. There's so much muscle right there in the traps. You can see them, how tight they are.
Yeah. He's taking deep breaths now.
Yeah. You can see just the relaxed muscles of Josh.
As much as the muscles they have in their arms, we're saying, once they're in there, it goes heavy.
Oh yeah,
when
of course.
Fitner,
yeah, absolutely.
Massive how fit you are, you haven't done it before, it goes heavy.
Yeah.
Your legs seize up, your arms seize up. Like
you want to start calling for your mommy?
Like, the CrossFit's unbelievable training.
Yeah.
And it shows now how super fit they are, but now thinking, getting punched, throwing punches, and we're only halfway through the second round, and you can see he's panting a little bit, because you can see he's showing it. He's going for a little walk, a little breather.
Nice little slip and roll there.
Bridges seems to be coming under, then working his way up. Nice right hand there, just fell short.
I like how Josh is just patient, you know what I mean? Like, he's just moving in and out, nice and loose on his feet. Picks his spots where he needs to, moves his head all the time off center line. Yeah, really well.
No doubt these would have been sparring a couple of pros maybe as well, just to get a feel of. He's having a little smile there. There you go.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. Actually, I'm being entertained, which is what I wanted to see.
Yeah. The throwing, that's the main thing. The throwing, they're catching each other. The throwing, they're not standing off and
absolutely
and hesitating. They're letting the shots go. Some big shots getting thrown as well.
And you know that the whole CrossFit world is watching this. You know what I mean? They want to see what two of these guys can do. Which is absolutely awesome. I love that.
And then once these two do it, then hopefully
it opens up a lot of doors to absolutely
more CrossFits.
Absolutely.
Get involved and.
But it also just shows you, how hard is it to transition to combat sports? It's not easy. It takes time. You know what I mean? I'm sure You know what I mean? You just don't just jump into, you know, being part of the CrossFit game. You got to go through levels and steps, and you got to learn all these moves, and that takes years. It doesn't, technique. Yeah, it doesn't take, you know, 6 months to, you know, master these things. You know what I mean? And these workouts. So the same thing goes for any of these things.
It took me 3 years.
Yeah.
3 years before I had my first fight, and I wanted to make sure I was ready to get in there. You know. Yeah.
So now you're putting guys who've never punched anything. You know, they're in their 30s, and you're trying to teach them how to do something brand new that's new to them. Where most of the time they're supposed to be stiff and hard. You know what I mean? Because they're lifting heavy amounts of weight over their heads and all these things. Now you're asking them to be, you know, as loose as possible and flow and move and angle and think and get hit at the same time. Yeah, absolutely. Man, the mind goes mush very quickly when you're throwing all those things together. But I love that, you know, everybody's stepping out of their comfort zone, which is a big thing for me. I love that part. You're challenging yourself. You make yourself a better human. You're learning new skills. Absolutely. Taking on new challenges. It's such a beautiful thing.
Most definitely. Hats off to them.
Nice. 3 jabs in a row. Looks like Jacob has found his second wind.
Yeah, he's letting some shots.
Still breathing heavy, but he's got a little bit more pop in his step. Yeah. Ooh, nice. Step in. Ooh, overhand. Over top hand, right hand.
Both had a little 10-second burst.
Yeah, for sure.
Just teasing back. Absolutely. Catching the breath.
And I remember like some of my first sparring sessions. I was a robot. Like, you know what I mean? Everything's like, you know, I come from the bodybuilding world and, you know, strength training. I did a little bit of like professional wrestling and things like that. You know what I mean? Just pick guys up and throw them around. But I mean, man, when you get in there and you try and somebody says be loose, I'm like, you have no idea what that means. You know what I mean? It literally took years just to understand how to loosen up your muscles and how to, you know, I was catch flies. You know what I mean? Catch flies at the end of the punch. You just let it flow and let your shoulders kind of, you know, just rotate and move. And I'm like, what is hip rotation? What is shoulder rotation? And what I used to do before? Nothing.
Got a couple of like the top Cuban coaches who after fighters doing salsa, is it dancing?
Okay,
yeah,
makes sense, rhythm, absolutely.
And you know, use the hips, rhythm, and then letting the shots go.
Yeah.
Don't fancy that. Like, I'm not a good dancer.
But you are dancing if you really think about it. I mean, with the angles these guys take and just the way you can skip your feet and the way you can move and you can create your own little rhythms. I remember watching some highlights of boxers who basically looked like they were dancing in the ring and slipping and sliding and crossing their feet everywhere and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think they probably had some dance lessons.
Oh, for sure, absolutely.
Some start off doing dancing on gym, like Lomachenko.
Yeah.
I think his dad took him down to the dancing.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. I mean, to be able to, you know, the way he rotates and everything like that,
he's
it spins.
So good on his feet. And
absolutely.
Reflexes, and I think he was a dancer when he was a youngster. So
yeah. And also too, I find with like, you know, dancing and gymnastics and things like that. I mean, the flexibility and the strength you build up on that. You know what I mean, for your joints and for your body. I mean, it's just natural weight. You know,
it can only benefit you in the boxing world.
Absolutely.
Round 4 now, and the pace dipped a bit in that round, but these 10 seconds, it looks like it's becoming alive now. Second wind's coming in.
We're back to boxing, says the corner man. What I like to see is, these guys are throwing nice straight punches. The hooks are coming around. The hips are turning. A little bit of that stiffness is there sometimes, but not too bad at all for 6 months of training. Getting in here, this is what, the fourth round, fifth round?
Fourth round, yeah. He's keeping his hands up.
Yeah, exactly.
His hands are not dropping, even though he's tiring. His hands are staying there.
Absolutely. .145 left in round number 4. Nice little slip there, too, from Josh. He's doing a really good job of ducking under those hooks.
Yeah, and then he's just he's ducking under and he's working his way up. He's caught him a few times, but nice uppercut. That was nice.
Nice uppercut. Yeah, very nice.
He's doing well here now, HEPPNER.
Nice jab. Even though, Jacob looks stiff and stuff, that jab is still nice. It still comes out really nice, solid, straight down the middle. Steps in on it as well with his lead foot. One of the things I like watching is that front foot and that jab hit at the same time every time. Yeah,
he's stepping out with it and he's throwing it.
The punch is not ahead of the foot is not ahead of the punch. They all land at the same time. Very nice.
The basic of boxing.
Yeah, exactly.
Step in, jab.
Yep.
Step. He's probably, he's had 6 months of learning. He's probably just best. Trainers probably had him just sticking to the basic of getting your footwork right and throwing the single and straight shots. Because your first 6 months to a year in boxing is footwork. It's the hardest thing, footwork.
And you're asking these guys to learn everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Throwing uppercuts and hooks. So they're doing well now of the single shots, jabbing, 1-2s in, moving away and defending. So it's a good start for them. There's a lot of CrossFit guys now and women who are watching now going, I can do that. I can do that. Let's try it.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, like a lot of the NFL players, a lot of hockey players, a lot of like high-level sport athletes use mixed martial arts to get in shape. I mean, there's tons of these guys coming to the gym and they'll roll, they'll grapple. They'll do some bag work. They'll do some of the workworkouts that we do. Man, in the States, it's happening all the time. I mean, I consider, combat sport athletes some of the most well-conditioned athletes in the world. Especially with mixed martial arts, because you're on the floor, you're standing, you're doing Muay Thai, you're doing boxing, you're doing, all those things. You're putting everything together. I mean, you have to be in the best condition to be able to do all those things.
That's tough.
So,
it'd be good if you can get a full show of CrossFit guys who learn for so many weeks. Then say 10 bouts of CrossFit guys all competing at a boxing bout. I think now with these two guys now, HEPPNER and Bridges being the first ones,
absolutely,
it could set a trend off.
I agree with you, and I'm really curious about what they're going to say over the next little while. About how they felt. What's happening. What's.
I think I spoke with HEPPNER in the hotel, and he was saying he has a competition coming up. After this.
Okay.
I don't know what it's called. It was CrossFit, but then it was shooting. So
I've read something about that. Yes.
Yeah, so he said he's straight into that when he finishes here. And
very nice.
That sounds interesting. Doing a lot of CrossFit and then shooting a target. How to control the breathing from doing lifting weights to shooting. So that seems a challenge, as well as his CrossFit fighting.
Oh, of course.
He's a good guy. Seems he's trying everything. But he's doing well, yeah. And the volume of shots in the 5th round now are
still there. Yeah,
still there.
The conditioning is still there for sure.
He's still throwing.
Hands are still up, both by the chins. Really nice work. Footwork's still looking good. Punches are still, solid, straight down the middle.
Yeah.
Very impressed.
Considering of 6 months, you get some fighters who had been longer who would have called it a day by now in the fight.
For sure.
These are stuck it out.
Well, like I've said, it's the mental game is already there. When you're at the pinnacle of a sport and you've competed at the highest level and you've competed against the best in your sport, your mental game is strong. You can't be broken. Your will not be broken if you've in anything. For these guys, it's just a skill part. To learn as much boxing as you can in 6 months. How much can you learn? That's the question. And from what we're seeing, nice throw, straight punches, hips are turning over, chins are down, hands are up. What can you ask for? More can you ask for?
Yeah.
Imagine if these guys put in a year or year and a half. Absolutely.
You've got the basics now.
You've
got the basics and a bit more tidying up
and also shows you that you find a good coach, find somebody who believes in you, find somebody that you connect with, and you put a team together. It's beautiful. Having somebody there push you, just like in CrossFit, for example, you're having that teams and having partners and you're pushing each other. Same thing in this, it's your coaches, it's your mentors, it's your pad work coaches, it's all that stuff combined. And the one thing I love about this is that you don't have to teach these guys the mental part of this whole thing. They already have it.
Yeah.
It's
fitness part, you've got it.
Yeah.
They're not giving in. Ready to go.
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, 6th and final round.
Very nice, very nice. 15 minutes down, last 3 to go. Moving just as well as they did in the first. Gas tanks are there.
Yeah, his job's been working well all night.
Yeah, absolutely. Very impressed.
Yeah. You could see Bridges about to load up an attack, and then once HEPPNER throws the jabs out, it just knocks him off track. Bump, jab, there you go. And you have to reset. He's moving well there.
Yeah, this round Josh is having a lot harder of moving his way in, finding his way in.
Yeah. Because HEPPNER's taking a step back and letting that jab go. So once you take them little step backs, make him fall short, which he's doing, and then popping the jab out. There you see. And then 1, 2, there you go. Don't rush in. Now we should. There you go.
Just learning that angle off, right? Rather than going straight back, just a little angle off. Help him get out of that position a lot better. Nice body shot there, though. Halfway through our final round of our semi-main event. Josh Bridges, Jacob HEPPNER, both high-level CrossFit game athletes. 6 months ago, decided to strap on the gloves, and here we are. 1 minute to go. Very impressed, very proud.
They're feeling it now.
Into the last minute, last 40 seconds.
Good shot.
That jab is still there down the middle, still strong from Jacob. All right, gentlemen. Let those hands go. Finish strong. Very nice. Nice work, Jake. Nice work by Josh. Jacob
comes back.
Yeah.
I think
Always, yeah, comes back with that straight down.
Yeah.
Sets it up with the jab and comes over top with the right hand. Last 10 seconds. Nice work. Nice work, gentlemen. Nice work. Much respect to you both. Nice sign of respect after.
See the smiles now that the fight's over. The relief.
Yeah. Absolutely. You know what I'm curious about? How sore they will be tomorrow.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because the adrenaline rush is so high, you don't feel nothing. But tomorrow you feel everything. Or even tonight you're going to start feeling everything.
See, I said, I was speaking to them, I was saying, like, serious, look at the smile on his face now, serious coming in, having all things going through the mind, warming up, as you were saying, just before the fight you're on next, and the nerves, and then once the fight's finished, look at the smiles now.
Absolutely.
That weight just goes off.
Amazing feeling.
And you've done it.
And you know the crazy thing is, you really don't remember much.
No.
I don't know if you remember, but for me, I was always having a hard time remembering exactly what happened. I had to watch it several times. There's so many things. Your brain's just all over the place.
Well, I spoke with HEPPNER, Jacob. He said he's doing this. He's saying it's just a challenge, and then he can years down the line, he can show his kids and go, look, here's me.
No, absolutely. It's just a way to motivate others, a way to, show the world that anything is possible if you put your mind to it. Really.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 hard-fought rounds, all 3 just scored a contest. Your winner by unanimous decision from the red corner, Jacob HEPPNER. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get for these 2 legends on this port. First up, I'm here with the winner, Jacob.
All right, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen.
First of all, congratulations. Fantastic victory. How you feeling right now?
I think Josh and I are going to go out drinking now. I feel good. That was good. We trained pretty hard. We overtrained for it, I think, but that was a blast.
Did you think your opponent, Josh, actually, you're surprised that he lasted this long?
What?
Were you surprised he lasted this long in his match?
No. He could keep going for more rounds. No, Josh is an athlete. I think it's been a blessing to be asked to come do this, and I think it's cool to leave a sport that we know. I mean, it takes a whole lot of cojones to come try a different sport, and so it's been a blast.
Do you consider doing boxing moving forward from this day on?
I'm done.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up once again, Jacob HEPPNER. And now I'm here with one of the legendary faces of CrossFit. Josh, first of all, man, hats off. That was a great bout. How you feeling right now?
That was awesome. That was so much fun. I know I lost. I didn't get the W. I didn't do what I wanted to do, but hats off to Jacob, man. He fucking put in the work as well. And like he said, it takes balls to come into a ring like this, coming with no experience, never doing it in front of a crowd, never having any fight whatsoever. So hats off to him and his team. They did fucking awesome. Thank you to my team who has spent hours with me and everyone that came out and everybody. I mean, this was awesome. So.
Well, I'm pretty sure the whole CrossFit community all across the globe is very proud of you. What you want to tell them?
I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. If you're ever thinking about trying something that scares you, go fucking do it, because I was so scared and like nervous coming in and like worried what the fuck was going to happen, getting knocked out. But man, go do something that scares you every day.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up once again. Josh Bridges.
Yes. I agree 100%. Get uncomfortable. Do things that make you feel uncomfortable so they later become comfortable. Yeah. And life is so much easier that way. One of the models of my life.